All right, so now we're going to look at what happens when we have multiple binomial PDFs, which with words such as at least or at most. So if we look at number 10, it says Carol randomly chooses a day of the week 6 times. So that means we are repeating this experiment 6 times. Our n is 6. What is the probability of choosing Tuesday or Thursday? So that's 2 days out of the 7 days of a week. So that means our probability of success would be 2/7. And now we want at most 3 times. So that means we could have 3. We can't have more than 3, but we could have less than 3 also. So we could have 0, 1, 2, or 3. So I'm going to write this as r is less than or equal to 3. And so now we really have to, what we're going to do is we'd have to do multiple binomial PDFs because again, that means our r could be essentially 0, 1, 2, or 3. So I would need to do a binomial PDF multiple times with r's of 0, 1, 2, and 3. So I would have to do 6, 2/7, and 0. And then I'd have to do a binomial PDF of 6, 2/7, and 1. And then I had to do a binomial PDF of 6, 2/7, and 2. And then finally, I'd have to do a binomial PDF of 6, 2/7, and 3. So let's just go ahead and do that. The good thing about this is once we have it typed in once, we can just do second enter and just change those R values. So again, reminder to get those binomial PDFs, we press second distribution, scroll to letter A. My N is 6. My success is 2/7. And I'll do 0 first. So 0 is 0.1328. I can press second enter now, change that 0 to a 1, and I get 0.3187. Change that 1 to a 2, get 0.318744, same answer. Second enter, change that 2 to a 3, 0.1699. So I'm going to go ahead and write all those answers over here. 0 was 0.1328. 1 was 0.3187, 0.3187, and 0.17. And again, all these together added up would accumulate to get our total probability where we're getting at most 3 of those 3 days that we choose, at most 3 days that we're choosing a Tuesday or a Thursday. So it would give us 0.9402. So a 94% chance that we are getting Tuesday or Thursday at most 3 times, meaning we get Tuesday or Thursday 0 times, 1 times, 2 times, or 3 times. Now, as you can tell, this is kind of a lot of work because we had to do multiple PDFs. Luckily, on our calculator, there's something called a binomial CDF as well. So that's what we're going to use here. And we can do this in one step then. So a binomial CDF is represented by the words cumulative distribution function. That's what CDF stands for. And if your R is less than a number, so if you're trying to find the probability of R being less than a number, such as what we were doing here, R being less than or equal to 3, we can do the binomial PDF, and our R value is whatever, our X value in the calculator is whatever our R is. In this case, our R was 3. less than or equal to 3, so we're putting an r equal to 3 here. So the other way we could do this in one step, instead of doing multiple, is we can now write this as a binomial CDF and we're doing 6 is our number of trials, probability is 2/7, and then our r, our x value as it says, is whatever the largest value of the r can be, which is 3. And if we look and see how to do this, we would go, again, second distribution. Binomial CDF is right underneath binomial PDF, so it's letter B. Our trials is 6. The probability is 2/7. And now we want everything less than or equal to 3, but because it's a CDF, we're just putting our largest value, which is a 3. And again, notice we get that same exact answer, 0.940302. Same answer. Okay, so this is going to be much easier. Binomial CDF is going to be much easier to use when we have those at most or at least, because it's already cumulatively adding all those up. All right, number 9 says Kyle tosses a coin 10 times. So since it's tossing the coin 10 times, our number of trials is 10. What was the probability that he gets tails at least 8 times? So our probability, since it's a coin flip, we want a probability tails, which is 1/2. And now our R, it says at least 8. That means we can get 8, 9, or 10. So greater than or equal to 8 would be our R value. Now, the binomial CDF only does values, adds up the values that are less than the R. So if you look at number 10 again, our R was 3, so it added up everything, every PDF below 3, so it 0, 1, 2, and 3. Here, we want everything larger than 8. So therefore, we have to do a little trick. We're going to have to do 1 minus our CDF. And the other part of that trick is when the R is greater than or equal to number, we do 1 minus our binomial CDF because we want everything else. The CDF is always doing 0 to our R value. And our X value is going to be R minus 1. Okay, because when we do we want to include 8 in our values because it says at least 8. So we could get 8, 9, or 10. If we did an R of 10 and 1 minus that R of 8, then our CDF counts the 8, and when we do 1 minus it, we would be counting 8 in our answer. So therefore, like I said here, if we want greater than or equal to, we do 1 minus our CDF, and our X that we're typing in is always going to be the R value minus 1. So here our R is 8. We're going to subtract 1 from that, and so the R that we're typing in is 1. So here we are going to do 1 minus the binomial CDF, and we have 10, 1/2, and again, I don't want to type 8 in there. I don't want to do 8 minus 1, which would be 7. So what we're doing here is we're finding out all the binomial PDFs from 0 to 1. The R values is 0 to 1. And then we're doing 1 minus that. So that leaves us with the binomial CDFs of R's of 8, 9, and 10, which is what we want. So we can type this all in at one time. I can do 1 minus second distribution, my binomial CDF, and then I do 10, 1/2, and 7. I get 0.0547, so 5.47%. So again, much quicker using these CDFs than adding up multiple PDFs. All right, try 11 and 12. Pause the video if you need to. And so for 11, it says the soda company prints prizes inside the bottle caps. The probability of winning a prize is 1 in 3. Out of 8 bottle caps, what's the probability at least 5 are winners? So our N, there's 8 soda caps, so our N is 8. Our probability of winning is 1/3. And we want at least 5 winners. So that means we could have 5, 6, 7, or 8. So we want R being greater than or equal to 5. And again, because it's a greater than a number, we have to do 1 minus our CDF now. So I'm going to do 1 minus binomial CDF 8 1/3. And again, because it's greater than value, we do 1 R minus 1. Our R is 5 minus 1. We're putting a 4 here. And so if we type that into our calculator, 1 minus second distribution binomial CDF 8 1/3 and 4. And we get 0.088, which would be 8.8%. 12 says there are 7 boys and 5 girls on the debate team. Each week, one is chosen at random to lead the debate. For the next 10 weeks, what's the probability that no more than 4 girls are chosen to lead? So, 10 weeks, we're doing this 10 times. That's our number of trials. Our probability is success. Probability of success is the number of girls. So there are 5 out of 12 that are girls. So probability of success is 5/12. And we want no more than 4 girls. So that means we could have 4 or less, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we would do R is less than or equal to 4. Remember, a less than, we just do a regular binomial CDF. So I can do binomial CDF 10 5/12. And when I do the regular binomial CDF, I just use my R value at the end, so 4. So second distribution, binomial CDF, and I'm doing 10 5/12 and 4. And I get 59.08%. So hopefully you can see how using a binomial CDF is definitely helpful and a shortcut as opposed to doing multiple binomial PDFs. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up.